Welcome to part 2 of my puppy training series. Today I'm going to be talking about your first day with your puppy. Super exciting! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Stephanie with New Tricks Dog Training in Louisville, Kentucky. And the first thing I want to cover, which is kind of cheating because it starts before your first day with your puppy, but I wanted to cover that you are training a dog, not a puppy. And what I mean by this is the decisions you make now impact the kind of dog you're gonna have later. This cute ball of fluff phase doesn't last forever, but when this cute fluff phase is over, you're still gonna have this dog for 12 plus years if you're lucky. So you really want to make sure you're setting yourself up for success and to have the best relationship you can with your dog. The things that are really cute when your dog's just a puppy, the things you let slide because they're just goofy and silly and adorable, all of these things will impact what you end up having to deal with later on. Because a lot of these cute, silly things end up being really obnoxious or even dangerous when they're done by a grown dog. So it's really important to agree on ground rules, and that means getting the whole family involved, but get everyone on the same page, and then set yourself up for success with your puppy and later on your dog. So you'll want to make sure you have all of the tools and equipment you need for your puppy when they get home that first day. If the dog is under 4 months old, instead of using a prong collar, I use slip leads on young dogs. So you'll want either a slip lead or a prong collar depending on how old the puppy is. You'll want a crate. And so it doesn't need to be that big. It only needs to be as big as the dog with enough space for them to turn around and lay down comfortably. If you have a rough idea of how big the dog's going to be, a lot of dog crates come with little dividers so that you can use them when they're a puppy and not have to buy a new crate. But it's also worth checking Facebook or Craigslist to see if there's used ones that are cheaper. And you can make it all comfy and cozy with blankets or bedding. You'll just want to keep an eye on your dog the first night or two to see what they do with that bedding. Some dogs are really destructive and will tear it apart, so you don't want your dog to ingest that and end up in the emergency vet's office. So if your dog is a bedding destroyer, it might be worth getting a crate pad instead. You'll want a really good cleaner. I prefer Nature's Miracle, so it's something with enzymes so that when your puppy does have an accident, it doesn't smell it later on and think that that's an okay place to use the bathroom. You'll want to have some safe chew toys like Kongs or Nylabones. If there's toys you're not sure of, make sure to do a little research. And then you'll want a good quality dog food. I like to use little freeze-dried goodies. It's usually like chicken liver or something. So dogs don't need 8,000 treats to 8,000 toys, just a few safe standard things. As soon as you get your dog home, you're going to want to get them on a schedule. Part of the schedule does involve you waking up a lot earlier probably, and also getting up in the middle of the night, but that's the price we pay for puppies. But work out eating and drinking times. You'll want to see how much water your dog is consuming so you can accurately tell when they're going to need to go. Any food should only come from you at this point, meaning that it shouldn't be in your dog's food bowl on the ground. You should be working with the dog with the food. So break up your training sessions into 3 or 4 times a day, and you want to keep these sessions really light and fun, and I'll go over that in the next video. But then you'll want to work out a housebreaking schedule, and the recommendations on how frequently a puppy's going to need to go to the bathroom is their age in months plus 1. So if you're getting a puppy that's 3 months old, they can hold it maximum for 4 hours. But during the daytime, it's recommended that you take your puppy out every 1 or 2 hours. I'll go over that more in my housebreaking video. But you'll want to pick a place in the yard for the puppy to go, and you'll want to keep that place the same. Dogs have a very strong scent memory, so this will help reinforce that the puppy should be going outside. And when your puppy's this young, they shouldn't have lots of free roaming time. So what some owners do is they connect the slip lead with a little carabiner to a belt buckle loop. That way your puppy's close to you, but your puppy should also be spending a lot of time in their crate, which I know doesn't sound fun and sounds like it defeats the purpose of getting a puppy, but young puppies should actually be spending a large portion of the day in their crate. And what this is doing is it's keeping your dog from learning bad behaviors. This is kind of like their duration work. It's teaching them how to be calm, and puppies actually need a lot of sleep. They're growing. So your first day with your puppy, make sure you have everything you need. Get a food and water schedule together, get a housebreaking schedule together, and remember, even though puppies are tons of fun and are super cute, you're really training a dog. So tomorrow I'm going to cover housebreaking, and after that I'm going to go over puppy training protocols, so stay tuned.